Okay, I'm live, and me and Kat are the only ones here, so that's a good thing. Hey, Kat, you are, honest to God, the best mod anywhere, anytime. Hey, there's Terry Brett. Um, yeah, we'll just wait for a few people to get in here, and then I'll start yakking my head off. Hi, Starla. And I don't remember all the things Dee Dee told me to share this morning, so I hope she remembers, because, yeah, I don't remember. I should make a list. I really should, but I don't. So I did get out a beast. Hi, Sharon. Okay, yeah, I have that to show. I have a bunch of stuff to show from my birthday. I had a good birthday. Um, didn't do anything really. Just got up and went and did our normal Friday run. Hi, Missy. Hi, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, did you remember all the stuff you told me to show? Because I don't remember all of them and I didn't make a list. Hi, April. Um, yeah, so it was a good birthday. We went in and picked up our Walmart order and went over and got my coffee, which made me just happy. If I just get a coffee every day, I'm just happy. That's it. Hi, Laverne. Oh, the poster swatch. Okay, I can pull that up on my phone easy enough. So, yeah, but other than that, we didn't really do anything. Um, the thing I like about birthdays is I hear from people that I don't talk to on a regular basis. And for whatever reason, they remember my birthday. And of course, I get to talk to the grandkids and stuff like that. So it's always fun. And I know I'm going to talk to my siblings. I don't think I've ever had a birthday in my life where my siblings didn't call. And I'm the same with them. Like, I think about it for days before. And then yesterday was a funky day because Robert and I washed windows around the house. Oh, God. And do yourself a favor, wash your windows. You'll be shocked at how awesome and clear life can be. It's awesome. I'd go out there and just look and go, how did I let them get that bad? But I do have an excuse because I have a pest control that comes and sprays my windows once a month. Well, they spray the windows, the doors, and all the foundation of the house and stuff. And so no sooner do I get them clean than they're spraying junk on them again. So that's my excuse for not washing the windows. But I think I've had my last treatment for the season. So um, I went ahead and washed them, and oh my God, I can't even believe. And I mean, I'm second guessing whether or not I even need glasses. Really, it was that remarkable. So it was tiring. I mean, there's just, yeah, you got to move everything. Yeah, it's just too much. But now that they're done, I'm walking around here feeling all bad and good about my bad self. So that was a good thing. And yeah, I did get out of Beast Dee, so we're good. So I don't know if I missed anybody else coming in, but thanks for coming. And since we're talking about birthdays, I'll show some cool stuff that I got. Um, Tina, and they were mentioned in Dee Dee's stream this morning. Um, I drink coffee for your protection. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Joyce. Um, that is also out of the snark book, but the one I'm going to do today is out of a different snark book. But anyway, Tina sent me these Panda Fly pens. She sent me a bunch of them, but they're different. This pack is 1 millimeter fine nib, large capacity, and then the little packages are 0.5. So Dee Dee showed them this morning, and I have not tested these yet, but Tina seems to love them, and Dee Dee praised them this morning. So, but yesterday I just didn't have time by the time I got the window washing. But Tina, thank you. I haven't tried them yet, Dee Dee. I'm going to, but yeah, I haven't tried them yet. But I'm all set on gel pens, white, silver, and gold. Hey, Bossy Butt. So thank you, Tina. I don't think she's here yet, and she might have fallen to sleep, but that's okay. She can do whatever she wants. I didn't even test them, Dee Dee. By the time I got done washing the windows, cleaning up the mess from washing the windows, because I had, like, out in the breezeway, I have all the plants hanging. I have to take all them down to get to the windows. Of course, then if they're down, I have to mess with the plants and pick all the dried leaves off or move their dirt. And so by the time I got that done, it's a long day. I adulted all freaking day. Hi, Brenda. So anyway, and then Sharon is here. She's in chat. And Sharon, your note in here cracked me up because on the back of the envelope, there's this little tiny mark here. And she said, my husband spilled coffee on your envelope and I didn't have another one. I'm sorry. It's like, I wouldn't have even noticed if you hadn't brought it to my attention. I would have thought it was mailman drool. But yeah, no worries on the envelope, Sharon. It's all good. And look at this. This is so cute. Obviously, she made it just for me. Happy birthday. Oops. And I try and leave things intact until I show them to you guys. But look at the little birthday monkey down here. I'm going to peel him off, Sharon. I really am. I'm peeling him off this. And he better come off in one place. Anyway, hope you have a super birthday, because birthdays are the best day ever. And they are. They are. You should get one day a year where you're the princess. I do it every day, but what the hell? You know? So much to do that I'm going to read. I should send this. I need to fix this and send it to Dee Dee. Of course, I don't know. I think Dee Dee has like a switch somewhere on her body that goes into like super fast, like zoom. I think Dee Dee has a zoom button on her, because just to get those Christmas decorations up that she shows me and torments me endlessly with, I'll wait until December 23rd and then I'll pull my little tree out of its box and plop it on the counter and say, okay, ready for Christmas. And she's a month in advance. And I told her on the phone, man, it looks like a store display. Like it was done by professionals. Duh. That's what she was. Blessings are everywhere. That's so true. But yeah, chicken strip. Can you guys see these? I'll pull you guys in a little closer now that I don't have to show the whole poster. All I want is to hug all of the chickens. Do the chickens have large talons? Dee Dee's zoom button, right? Chicken whisper. What the cluck? Sharon, these are so awesome. And I will put them in the conspiracy book. Easily distracted by chickens. That's a bad chicken. A bad chicken. Guess what, chicken butt? Those are so good, Sharon. Thank you so much. But I think I am going to probably send that one to Dee Dee. But the little birthday monkey inside here, yeah, he's probably going to be coming out of here and be put in the beast so I can see him more often. Hi, Dorothy. They're so good. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate it so much. And then this wasn't for my birthday, but it happened around my birthday, so I just put it in the birthday pile. Dee Dee's daughter, Denise, is my spirit animal. And look at what she made for the Scabby. Vintage Sweets, nothing but candy, 2026. So this will be the cover of my Scabby journal. Denise is the best. Well, I don't know. It's hard. Like some days I think Dee Dee's the best, and then some days it's Denise. I don't know. And then I got a big old package one day. I'm not doing this in the order they were received either. And I have to pull out for this one. I got a big old package of stuff from Starla. And look at this. Queen Elizabeth, a Platinum Jubilee celebration. And she wrote me a note in here and said, I hope you don't think it's silly. And I started reading it. I got this before I started washing windows. I promise you that. I was going to read the whole thing, but I didn't get it all read. Anyway, it's a story about a little girl whose grandmother, oh, I lost my place. Oh, well. Who had was born in the same year that the Queen was born. And I am a huge Queen fan. I love the Queen. I love the Queen when she was alive. I love the Queen when she's dead. I will love the Queen until the day I die. I want to be the Queen. No, I don't really want to be the Queen. But anyway, the grandmother of the little girl in this book was born in the same year as the Queen. And so it's all the history of the Queen and this woman who has a treasure box of all the memorabilia. And when I started reading it, I was just like, oh, I want a treasure box. How come I don't have a treasure box? But it's such a good book. And I know I was past here, but it's all the history of the Queen, her coronation, and history of England as well. So, or the UK. So I love the illustrations. Yeah. I want to be that grandmother. If I can't be the Queen, I want to be the grandmother who collected up all this stuff. But I don't think it's silly at all. I think some of the best books ever written, frankly, were children's books. I liked the illustrations. I think you can do so much more with children's illustrations. Yeah, there's just no downside to it. So now that my windows are clean, I can sit down and read this. I can read it in an afternoon, but I just didn't have time. But I love everything about it. Hey, are those chickens? No, they're in water. No, they're not. I think those are chickens sitting on eggs. Who would have thought? Anyway, Starla, you don't have to worry about whether or not I find it silly because it's about the Queen. I love it. And then also in that same box, well, the same package, Starla made me a, it's not a card. It doesn't open, but some of her art. And when Starla sends her art, I always show it. And if you don't follow her on Instagram, you don't post a lot on Instagram, though, do you, Starla? But that's her art. Look at how vivid that is. It's watercolor, obviously, that she's outlined with the gold mica ink, because Starla is the one that sent me that fine liner where I can, this bad boy, that I can use the mica ink. And I keep that right here. Anyway, she said she not only wanted to wish me a happy birthday, also wanted you to know that you and Robert continue to be in my thoughts and prayers, that I'm supported and loved by many. And believe me, Starla, you're not telling me anything I don't know and am grateful for every day. I may not say it often, but I truly appreciate the support. Hi, Sherry and Joan. Yeah, I'm so grateful. And I do try very hard to live a grateful life. But yeah, you guys are really important. And I do appreciate your support and love. And it does bring me happy memories. I found the book enclosed and thought of you. Hope it brings some joy. So thank you, Starla. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the love and support of the fibs. And then she also sent me some more of her art, and I love it. Wait till you see it. This was a lino cut print. This symbol is American Sign Language, I love you. So how cool is that? I love that. How did that get on the screen? I didn't mean for that to get on the screen. Now, how do I get out of it? You do post on IG. Okay, I need to get rid of this. Okay, got it. I know you do sometimes. You saw the Queen Mom at the Albert Hall. I was actually next to her. She arrived for a concert. Oh, that would be my best day in my life, Dorothy. Anyway, yeah, Starla cut that. And then look at this little, it's like an ATC size. It's a funky chicken. Look at that. Look at how perfect that is. Starla, you're as big a perfectionist, I think, as I am. Sorry if I offended you with my common sense. And then these are some of her other drawings. How awesome is that? And I am going to put together, I have a pile of stuff in the kids' room of fib art that I want to put in there so that I can sometimes pull it out and show you guys how totally awesome our fibs are. We have some incredibly talented people that we hang out with. And I think we forget, you know, like the crowds get big and you forget that there's some seriously talented people out there. And Starla, I still have the, remember that wooden disc you made me with the sunflowers on it? Yeah, the last two are stickers. Yeah, I know that. I still have that. In fact, yesterday, when I had to move all the plants to get to the windows, because I keep your sunflower out in one of my plants, and I pulled that out, and it made me think of you again. It's really pretty. I should have probably brought it in, but I didn't. And then Belinda has been sending me some art, and she says she's a little shy about sharing her art, which I don't think she should be, you know, because I think Belinda's fairly new in our group. And she sent me some of her art that I've showed before, but I don't think new people appreciate how supportive our group is of what you do and what you're good at and what you love. So she sent me a photocopy of the same one, only this one with rounded corners on regular copy paper. And I think I'm going to say this top one is on B watercolor paper. I'm going to go ahead and I think paint this on an upcoming stream. I'm going to leave it out so I remember to do it. But Belinda, thank you for sending me that. I will, I think, do it on stream here in the next week or two. Who knows what I'll do. And I think that was everything. And then I did buy myself a cool birthday present. I don't know why I'm so dumb. Yeah, I think it'll be fun too. But anyway, I've been talking about it. You guys are probably sick of it, but I've been talking about buying myself some more alcohol markers. And so I went ahead and bought myself a big old Mamba Jamba set. Look at this. That's all the colors. That's all the pens. Look at this. This bad boy is honking. It is huge. But I wanted more vivid colors. So, and I bought some before that when they came, I was just disappointed. And so I was hesitant to do it again. And I wanted the brush and fine tip, the dual tip brush and fine. And they're kind of hard to find. And Tina, I already showed you pens and thank you. So I'm happy with this set. I really am. And they had one bigger set, but this one was on sale, 22% off. So I went ahead and got this one. And I don't know how many more colors I would ever need. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this set. I've got some really good neutrals and yeah, some nice vivid colors. So yeah, the fine tip and brush combo are really hard to find. So when I saw this one on sale, I just went, oh, just quit being such a dumbass, because I put them in my cart, I take them out of my cart, put them in my cart, take them out of it. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I figured, okay, this is it. You're going to do it. It's your birthday. Just do it. So I did it, and I'm unhappy. And I did actually use them. I don't know what I used them on, but I did actually play with them the day they came. So, well, I swatched them, obviously. And then I did go ahead and finish the colors on this in this camera are so funky. But I did go ahead and finish this kind of stone poster thing, which I really like it. I feel like if you touch it, it should have some texture to it, but it doesn't. It just flat. But I feel like it should. And this I did with acrylic, but I'm going to do another one with the alcohol markers because the alcohol markers are way cool. Way cool. And this is true. It took 69 years to get this fabulous. So there, I just told y'all how old I am. I can't believe it. My brother calls me and he said, God dang, that's a big number. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Don't talk to me. I don't care. I'm really cool with it. I don't care. And then Dee Dee wanted me to show this morning. And I do love swatching. I love me some swatching. And I used to, and I still do sometimes, but I used to swatch like this. Well, and I still do sometimes. But these are all the watercolors. And the reason I like this for watercolor swatching was because you could compare the colors. Go with my bad self, right? Anyway, but this was, you know, and then I could separate them by color and then compare the different sets of watercolors. So this, to me, is a great way to swatch if you have a lot of product, you know, and you can compare. And that's how I ended up doing the poster that I did that I hang on my wall. Sexy 9, I am. And next year, 7-0. And I remember I gave my sister a load of crap on her 70th birthday. She's nearing 80 now. So, yeah. Let me see if I can quickly find the poster. Holy crap, I found it right away. Well, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, well, I'll show this one anyway. This is the poster that sits behind me on the wall. And I use these to kind of figure out the color layout, you know. But that is, and that's a ruler that Dee Dee sent me that sits up on top of it. And then these are just some special pens that I like knowing where they're at, but I don't use them all the time. So I like having the poster there. It's colorful. It sometimes is hidden by junk in front of it because I pile stuff up. But that's the poster. But I think this was actually the impetus for the poster. And I still love swatches like this. But that doesn't mean that I won't swatch it 15 other times. Because in my Beast, I'll pull out this year's, but then I'll show you one that is really cool. Forgive me while you faint. The other day when I got some new markers, let me see if I can find it quickly. I also sometimes swatch in the Beast. So if you flip through here, you'll see swatches throughout. When I'm just testing something, I'll swatch in here too. And this is this year's Beast. And it's not as full as prior Beast. Look at, that was a fun one. So yeah, I test things in here. I play with new stuff in here. Pope Francis died 20th April. And those were some stamps that I bought. That's his sticker, I think. So yeah, I just play with things in here more than anything. If I find a new something new that I want to try, I'll try it in the Beast first. And it's garbage paper, you guys. I don't know even what kind of journal this is. Honestly, I just ordered it on Amazon. And then in the back, I always do an ink test. So you'll find swatches everywhere. But this one is just to see what pens work good in the book and aren't going to bleed through. Because when you work on garbage paper, that's always, yeah, the thing that's going to... And I have to color this one because I put 69 balloons on my birthday. But I haven't colored that yet. I'll do that some morning when I'm listening to a podcast. But here's a prior beast. And this was magical papers that I did probably on stream. And then I cut it up into squares and did like mosaic on it. And I love this. I love this front and back. And it didn't really wear well, but I maintained it to keep, see, this one I had to glue back down. So it still has the paper clips on it. And I wouldn't mind doing something like that again. That was fun. It was way fun. And then this was a McGill Ruiz, and I used these for years, and I love these journals, and I keep thinking I want to go back to them, but then I like the dot grid, and I can't decide. But look at, I left all this stuff in there. I should take it out. Lettering guides and stuff like that. But these old beasts, I look through them and I think, oh my gosh, they were so fun. Funner than mine today, you know, I think. So I'm going to try and be better about it. What was I doing here? I guess just different color combinations. And what was I writing a book about in here? Oh, this was 2018. This was when we were in Australia. So I didn't take the beast with me, but I did go back and fill in. And this was, yeah, this is when we were in Australia. The 21st of April, we flew from San Francisco to Sydney. And I met CB, I think, in the Dallas airport, and then we flew to San Francisco and then on to Sydney. Got into Sydney, and we stayed in a really, really nice hotel right down on the quay, and you could see the Opera House. We could walk to the Opera House all the time. Yeah. And so I came back in here and wrote notes. Mandy and Squiz picked us up in Sydney and drove us to Jen's in Raymond Terrace. Justin and Amelia came over. Jen fixed spaghetti for dinner, and I slept on the recliner, probably because I was sick of CB. You don't ever want to share a room with CB, just saying. So I slept in their recliner. CB, if you watch the recording, I still love you. I just don't like to sleep in the same room with you. And then this was Anzac Day. Oh, gosh, what a great memory. Yeah, so this was more, yeah, the old style beast. And this was really garbage paper. Why does CB snore? CB snores. Oh my God, she snores like a freaking man. I'm kidding you. And the thing is, Robert has never snored, never. And that's probably why I let him stay. So anyway, yeah, this is the beast. And I would say, even if it's your inspiration journal, you know, that Dee Dee says everybody should have, whatever. I think you have to have a place where you can just do something, and it doesn't have to be a piece of art. It's just whatever. Did I get new Prismacolors or something? I got some orange sticks there. So, yeah, that was Halloween. You have severe sleep. Well, you don't breathe, Tina. That's part of the problem. Hey, Ruth. Um, yeah, like my brother. Oh my God. One time my dad got sick down in Texas, and so my brother and I went together, and we weren't in Donna, but we were right down on the Mexican border, and so we'd spent all day long at the hospital with my dad, and then we went and just picked a hotel. Just we needed to get some sleep, we needed to rest, so we went, picked out a hotel, and it was one scary ass place, and I paid for it with my Black American Express. And Don grabbed my arm and he says, "Don't ever pay with your Black American Express in this neighborhood." He said, "They're going to come and hit us over the head." So we went to our room, and I was sharing it with my brother. We were saving money, right? And we had 2 beds. But anyway, when we got in the room, he was putting chairs up against the door. It was that bad a part of town. I'm not kidding. It's like, next time we're going to plan ahead and find a nice part of town, because that was a scary part of town. I'm not even kidding you. And you guys, you need to start. We're getting here toward the end of November. We're after the middle of November. We all need to start making scabby prompts. So if you have scabby prompts, please speak up, send them to me. I need them. And these are the kind of things, I don't know if I've ever shown you guys, these are the kind of things that I use in the Beast to make the squares and the whatever. I just bought a set of stencils that have shapes and, some small lettering and logos and stuff like that. So this is just junk that I use in the Beast. You vote for swatches as a scabby. Okay, let's write that down, bossy. I think it's a good idea. You won't get any arguments from me on that one. Vintage candy is the theme that Denise wanted, so we're going to put swatches on here. Okay, Kathy, I just said, I don't know if I even said hi to you, but yeah, I think we're going to do vintage candy. And I think after January, because here a few years back, I'm going to drop my phone here. Dee Dee might have to help me with this. I don't know. We'll see. Because I did buy the printer. Where did I put it? Okay. But for October, a few years back, I did vintage candy, and I showed this in October. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these into stickers. And so after January, after the scabby starts, hi Jeannie. After the scabby starts, I will have made some of these into stickers, and I'll start doing giveaways and send out stickers so that you guys can have vintage candy. Well, it might fill 2 prompts, because generally I always use art from kids or art from fibs, not kids. Well, some of us act like kids, so that would work. But yeah, I'll make stickers and do kind of giveaways for people that are doing the scabby hunt. And I don't know if I'm going to resize them. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the stickers, and I'm sure Dee Dee will be willing to help me because she is really good at stickers. Big Hunk is your favorite candy. I like Big Hunk too. So yeah, I'm going to turn these into stickers, and of course I'll send some to my spirit animal. So yeah, if you have any prompts for the scabby, please. Yeah, see, some of them I did in black and white, and then some of them you can tell early on I was doing them black and white, just ink with graphite. And then some of them, I think it started with Raisinets. Yeah, Raisinets, where I had to add the color. So yeah, so then I started here and there adding some color, and then I just went all in. Just forget the black and white. He even has sticker gloves, I know, right? So yeah, so if I make you a sticker of this, you know, you could probably use alcohol markers and color it in. And maybe one day I'll just sit down and color some of them in so that they are color, because it's funner just to be able to get them. But like Atomic Fireball, that wouldn't be as much fun if it was in black and white. So yeah. So I am going to do that. That's part of my plan. I was going to do it just for Denise, but then I decided, well, why don't I make a bunch of them and just do, yeah, stickers for everybody. Why not? So please get back to me with scabby prompts. Some of you are really awesome about it. And my project for today, finally, after I finished washing the windows, I just needed to sit down and do something kind of mindless. So this was out of one of the scabby, or one of the snark and scabby. How do I get that all goofed up? Yeah, it was in one of the snark color books. And so these lines were just black and white, but I went ahead and colored them in black. And then when I got it all done, I thought, oh man, I might like doing Zentangle in those spaces and then do the wording in some kind of coloring. So we're going to try it, and I'll do the Zentangle like I normally do, and use graphite to create some depth and stuff like that. So we'll see. Yeah, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. I feel like that about a lot of people. Coloring book page. We could do that. All right. There you go. That's what I like, K-Berg. Mine will be a snark page. You know, and the thing is, I try and make it stuff that people have around their house. I don't want people to have to go out and spend money. You know, I want you to be able to find it on the internet, draw it yourself, create something. I don't necessarily want you to have to leave your house, you know, like the first couple, and I guess I got that way during COVID, you know, because everything was closed and nobody could go anywhere. So it was just like, okay, everything's got to be close to home. Yeah, so let's pick out some Tangle patterns. And I didn't get the box out, but I did get the book out. So yeah, we'll always do fruit and vegetable stickers, because that I think is always a challenge to Kat. So you guys can start saving now if you want. And you guys know that I've been doing Walmart pickup. Yeah, well, see, that's, Joyce, that'll be something you can do with the vintage or new. It doesn't matter. Hi, Keeks. But anyway, I've been doing Walmart pickup, and I've been thrilled so far. Absolutely thrilled with it. It's made my life 100% better. This week, I did order a bag of Haas avocados, and I probably should have known better. I should have thought, I don't know. And I went and cut one open last night, and they were all bad, every one of them. I enjoy Walmart pickup. Oh, I love Walmart pickup. But yeah, yesterday my avocados were unedible. So, and what do they cost? About $5 for a bag or something. But I'm not going to take them back. But you want to put napkins in there? We can do something with napkins. I don't like to put, you know, like, if you're using a napkin, you are collaging. So, I don't know. But yeah, I got napkins down, Dorothy. Thanks. So anyway, let's pick out, and I got out my dress-up pens to Zentangle with today. These are awesomely cool black pens if you want a permanent black pen, these Copic. You can change the nib. You can buy the new nibs for them. So if you crush a nib, you can always get a new nib. And they have, I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. Maybe I will. We'll see how strong my hands are. Anyway, come on. It's twisting. I just can't pull it out. And I don't want to use my teeth. Hang on. Let me get a little tool to help myself. There we go. Letter opener does it every time. You can buy these new ink cartridges. So, oh, okay. They'll refund it? Okay, thanks, Jeannie. I was just like, well, for all the, how much I love it, if it costs me $5 extra and I don't have avocados, oh well. So anyway, yeah. So that's the beauty of these pens, that you can just refurbish them, and the outside is brushed aluminum, so they feel really good in your hands. And then you get, and I'm not doing sales for Copic, but anyway, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in this package. So yeah, you get a brush and then a bunch of different sizes. And the reason I think that finally sold me is you could get this nib that you can't even see with your eyeballs. So yeah, you can get all the sizes. They're awesome. Here's an extra ink cartridge and some extra nibs. So yeah, I call them my dress-up pens because I have about 2 million black pens. But when I really want to feel special and dressed up, I get these out. Now y'all know what a freaking nut I am. All right, well, I may try it. But yeah, I don't know. You know, all the people who have brought my orders to me, they've all been such good kids. I don't want to cause trouble for them, you know. I mean, they're just trying to get through life like I am. So I don't want them to get in trouble. So, okay, I got out the 03 and the 05. Let's pick a space. Okay, let's start with something easy. We'll start with the 05, or the 05, and I'll pick this space right here, and we'll start. Okay, and I'll pull you guys down so you can see a little better. And if anybody has any Zentangle patterns that they like and they want to see, go ahead and speak up, and I'll do my best. This one actually does have a name. I think it starts with an S, but I don't know what it is. I can look it up here in a minute. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put any white on these lines to make it look like, let me see if I can find one. So yeah, holler out Tangle Patterns and I'll see if I can figure out how to draw it. I haven't tangled in a long time, but I've been wanting to. So today is the day. And today, again, we have beautiful weather. I know it's not going to last forever. So I'm really, really happy. But yeah, I know this isn't going to last. It's windy today, but it's nice and sunny and warm. And Robert is spending his life out chasing leaves, which is a good thing. Gives him something to do. But today he was headed out to blow leaves, and I said, you probably don't want to do that. I think you'll be wasting your time. I think Mother Nature is going to blow them in the lake for you. But yeah, I'm really thankful for the beautiful weather we've been having. I think Wednesday it's going to rain, which will be good because we need it. So as long as it's not cold, I'm good. All right, I'm just going to check my message. You still don't have snow that stayed. That's good. Yeah, that's awesome for you guys. I don't even want to think about snow and ice. I don't even want to think about it. Ugh. All right, Dee Dee sent an image. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm waiting for my phone to catch up. Robert would mow him, but I took his mower away. So, and Tina, I just read your message and you're right. Oh, look at all the chemtrails. What the hell? I wish they'd stop that geoengineering bullshit. I mean, we just, oh, it makes me crazy. People make me crazy. People in charge make me crazy. I don't know why they don't put me in charge. This wasn't a very big area to show the shading, but whatever. And I just grabbed a 2B pencil. You just need a softer lead pencil for the shading. And I like Zentangle so much because I think the shading just makes it. It looks like you're having a pretty day though, Dee Dee, so that's a good thing. But yeah, that geoengineering, like what makes these people, they can't run a freaking post office and they think they can engineer the weather. What the hell? What the hell is wrong with them? Like if you can't run a post office or a hot dog stand, you can't engineer the weather, you retards. Stop it. I need to go up on Capitol Hill and talk to these people. When you can run the post office decent, you can do other stuff. Until then, shut up and sit down. Right? And that's not one side or another. That's all of you. One thing they are good at, we figured out, is insider trading. There you go. They're good at that. God. I told my husband if his having bought a new snowblower doesn't stop it from snowing, he's going to have to buy a snowmobile. There you go. Exactly, Kat. Get a snowmobile and you'll make sure you don't have any. All right, let's pick. Is there any other? I was going to try and do like this space and this space are kind of the same. So I was going to try and do those all one pattern, make it look a little bit cohesive, right? So, yeah. What the heck? My phone is going cuckoo. That is crazy. Okay, yeah, it's just... Okay, Kat sent me. Oh, wow. Okay, there's no phone numbers are on here. Kat sent me the... Oh, damn it. Can you see that? Chemtrails over the Outer Banks. That's crazy. Crazy. He wears a suit and tie and apparently making a big buck. Call it shyster dogs. Yeah, Ruth, I actually, okay, let's do that pattern in there. I wouldn't mind living a little bit further south for that very reason. Okay, is this, yeah, this is 03. Let's do this. If I remember how to draw it right. That's why we used to go to Texas in the winter. Get away from the cold. It's not too terrible here. In January, we'll have a couple of weeks of what I call just brutal, insane cold. But for the most part, it's fairly mild. But I have to say, and people hear this and think we're crazy, but I lived in Colorado all my life. Of course, snow up there was welcome because of skiing and everything. The snow in Oklahoma, or the cold in Oklahoma, is vastly different than the snow and cold in Colorado. Cold in Oklahoma is so much colder. And I know people say, oh, that's crazy. It is not. That's from Kimmer's husband. Yeah, I knew they lived. I knew you didn't live on the Outer Banks. That's where Robert's daughter lives, on the Outer Banks. And we helped her move there. I loved it. God, that's one place I could definitely live. But I couldn't replace my house out there. But I don't know what they're called off the top of my head. I'm just drawing these off the cover of the book or out of my memory. If you've never been to the Outer Banks, I would suggest you go. It is pricey. That's one thing I will say. You don't get off cheap. See, Devin knows the theme song for Oklahoma. But I loved Colorado. I didn't think I would ever move out of Colorado. But I have to say, moving to Oklahoma was one of the best things Jim and I did, in my opinion. I don't think I've ever loved any place like I love Oklahoma. And I can't even explain why. I think it's just more laid back. Of course, I haven't worked. Well, I worked the first couple of years, but I haven't had to work since I have lived here either. Because Jim got sick and I quit working, and then I started doing just weird things like hanging wallpaper and just for something to do. So this would be like this and like this. But yeah, I love it here. And we do have some rednecks. There's no doubt about that. But the people are awesome. Rednecks are actually pretty funny. So, yeah. You were supposed to sing that? Yeah, I'm not much of a singer, Bossy. You have a good voice, though, Bossy. You think you could love Hawaii? Could I love Hawaii? Let me think. And I'm using a larger size pen to color these in now to make this go a little quicker. You know, I think, and I live in a resort area, so that's probably why I would think this is, I think I would love Hawaii if I could get away from visitors, the tourists. Because the thing I hate worse about living out here is the weekend people. And I don't, it's not that I don't like them as people. I think I don't like them because they think that the regular rules that people live by don't apply to them. You know, like making noise all night long, throwing your trash out your window. Yeah. So I think I would love Hawaii, but if the tourists, I think they would piss me off. Because when they're on vacation, I'm sure it's all about them, which I don't blame them. I'm sure people spend a ton of money to get there and stay there, but not if you start messing with my way of life. Now we got a problem. Because at the end of the day, don't forget, it is all about me. I know she can tap dance too, Kat. I'm thankful that I live in Alabama. So beautiful. Could do without the humidity. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's probably not enough money in the world to ever get me to live in California. I didn't even like California when I visited. So I definitely would never live there. Where's another place I wouldn't mind living? I would live in Georgia if I could live next door to Dee Dee. She'd end up moving. She'd say, I can't stand this. Get my ass away from her. She's like a booger on my finger. She wants to be over here touching my stuff all the time or reorganizing, putting stuff away for her. Nagging her. Hey, Dee Dee, can I borrow your color cubes? But I told her on the phone that book that she bought me that she's going to mail me coming up, that's like the next best thing to color cubes. Has some swatches in it, some color combinations. That's all I need. I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm not sure. I think Georgia weather is pretty much exactly like Oklahoma weather. Texas, maybe, but their property taxes down there are redonkulous. So, yeah, that's the thing that would keep me out of Texas. But if I could live on South Padre Island next to the beach, I probably could. Actually, Robert and I discussed there was well, it's still there. Not too far from Brownsville was, I don't know, I guess you call it a peninsula. It's a sandbar, really, called Boca Chica. And it's just beach with a few houses on it. And a whole bunch of us were talking about buying, because almost every house out there was for sale, because they didn't have any water. And of course, you're on a sandbar and you're on a septic tank for sure, because they had no water out there. So a water truck would bring water. Well, I wish now I could kick my ass because that's where Elon Musk is shooting the rockets from. And so all those people have to have a place to live. I could have bought it. I could have sold it, probably made a ton of money, because I think they were practically giving those houses away. And they'd been unused for a while, so they would have needed some maintenance and stuff. But now looking back, I'm thinking, man, if I had even an inkling that there was such a thing as Elon Musk and Space Force or whatever the name of the company is, I would have bought that house in a minute. But I was like, are you insane? I'm not going to be out here having to use sand dunes for a bathroom. Hang on just a second. Okay. Yeah, but another missed opportunity is all I can say. Is watching Zentangle boring for you guys? Might as well just speak up and tell me right now. Dee Dee's got me thinking about Christmas. I hadn't even thought about it much, but God, we're getting close, you guys. You don't mind? You're just listening while you work? It's relaxing for you. Good. Kind of. Just kidding. Hi, Joanne. Not boring at all. Well, they changed things in X. I haven't been in for a while and need new passcodes, so no checking on Picola right now. Bummer. They changed things on X. How come I don't know that, Dee Dee? I know that it seems like I'm not getting any new tweets. Like this morning when I got on, I usually get on for like 5 minutes in the morning, just see what's going on in the world. And everything that was on there was from like 2 days ago. I was like, okay, ain't nobody got time for this. Gotta go moderate for Dee Dee. Because I don't get up too much earlier than Dee Dee goes on. And then I look at my phone. She sent me a tweet or something or a text at like 4:04 in the morning. I'm like, girl, get your butt back in bed. My phone doesn't wake me up or anything, but it's like, oh my God, what are you doing up at 4:04 in the morning? That's when normal people are sleeping, dude. I still call it Twitter, even though I know it's X. Just like I call copies, it doesn't matter if you have an Epson printer, Canon printer, it doesn't matter to me. They're all Xerox to me. I'm going to have to take this hoodie off. Getting warm in here. I do like the cold, cold mornings and the warm afternoons. It's kind of hard, though, with heating and air conditioning. Sometimes that upstairs gets pretty warm because I'm not running the air conditioning now. I probably am going to repeat this pattern. I'm not going to do it on stream because I won't get this whole thing done today, I'm sure. But this pattern I will repeat probably over in this section as well, so that I'll repeat these. Is my lawnmower guy here? Hang on, I have to look out the window. I owe him some money. I guess not. Yeah, I got to catch him this week because I owe him money. And I usually wait and do all the shading and stuff at the very end, but I'm going to do it as I go this time so you guys can see the whole process. And I will get out one of those pens that Tina sent for the white highlight. And then if you want, I'll do the lettering. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the lettering in alcohol markers or colored pencil. Probably alcohol markers because it's so much faster. And if you don't have a stump like this, a tortillon, I think is how it's pronounced, get them if you want to smear graphite. I've seen other people using Q-tips and tissues and stuff. Just buy one of these and you'll love yourself a lot more. Just saying. They're cheap. They last for practically ever. So, yeah, just do yourself a favor. Make life easy. All right, now I'm going to try those pens, Dee Dee. Where did I put them? Do I want the, I think I want the narrower of the two. This is 05, yep. I'll try these. Nothing beats a stump, right? You need a stump for beating people. Oh, I didn't look at the colors. I just pulled a silver one. All right, let's see here. All right, got the white one. They're silver and gold. And Dee Dee and Tina say they are juicy. So let's see. If I could find, I'm forever looking for the elusive, perfect white pen. So let's get this juicy bit. Oh, yeah, baby. If it would write like this forever, I would just be the happiest person alive. Dee Dee moved every year, and I stayed in the same house my entire childhood. This is nice. A white pen that doesn't argue with you. Did I die and go to heaven? What the hell? It was a birthday gift from Tina. Dee Dee showed them also this morning. It's called Panda Fly. And I think I've heard somebody talk about them. Yeah, I can show the box. You can get 3 of them apparently. These are the 0.5 millimeter nibs, which a 0.5 millimeter white pen may just be the perfect writing implement. Just saying. And then she also sent me, so be careful when you're ordering. Know what size nib you want. She also sent the 0.01 or 1.0. I'm sorry. So let's just, oh, Yeah, so I got thick and thin. Tina, these are awesome. That is one juicy bad boy. The 5 will be my absolute utter favorite, I'm sure. But it's nice having options. Happy girl over here. Happy girl. And they came from Amazon, so yeah, they should be easy to find and hopefully affordable. There you go. Look at Tina got it. Thank you so much, Tina. Yeah. Loving it. All right, so those are going to go there. Let's see. What do I want to do this one? Okay, when I'm kind of uncertain what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and repeat this one, and I'll look up and see. I'm almost sure that that one starts with an S. Oh, but wait, I don't have it. Well, I should be able to find it. Hang on, I'll tell you. I'll just show you the book as I flip around to look for it. I have these organized by random, like these are, the front ones are grid patterns. And then these are more border type. You could use them for a border. And then the last section is just random. Good for any space. So I would think I would put that in here. And I'm almost sure that it's S or T. I'm almost certain. Some are obviously easier than others, and I got all of these off of tanglepatterns.com. And now you can get them a lot more places. Maybe it was triple. Was it triple? All right, I'm full of crap. I'm not finding it. Maybe because it's so easy, I didn't even put it in the book. I thought, well, that's just a waste of space. Okay, that one that I just did, that's Wood, W-U-D, and it's on tanglepatterns.com. We lived in 12 houses between birth and 16. Wow. Yeah, and the book was a good idea. Now, if I was going to do this again, I might not do the book, but because I have so many, there it is. Tipple is what's that called. So I did put it in the book. Anyway, if you're starting out, I would probably do it on a Rolodex because you've got all the alphabets. So I don't know. There's a million ways that you can do it. Just up to you. All right. And I was thinking, I'm not sure that I would like grid patterns in this because it's already kind of got its own little pattern. The thing I'm not sure about, well, I should have done it before I did this. But now that I have cool white pens, let me just see. I'm going to come over here. I'll do it in the bottom corner. Okay. Because probably my favorite pattern of all is this. Kind of like the candy cane one. I love that so much. And I didn't think about this being Zentangle until after I was done with it. So let me see about turning this into. And I'm not sure. We'll find out. Yeah, I could do that. Would have been a lot easier if I had done it. When I was messing with the black, but if I want to go back and do it, I could do that now. They are very opaque. I have to say, it's pretty much blacking out that black ink underneath. They are really nice and opaque. These are cool, Tina. Thanks. I always like finding a new good product. Okay, now I'm going to give myself kind of a guideline here. More than one way to skin a cat, boys and girls. And I don't know that I'll do the whole thing like this, but I could go back and incorporate it in a few places here and there. Because I do like the candy cane borders. And I could just figure out like where they meet up, the junctures. They are reasonable in price. If they're only $5. Yeah, I'm loving them so far, Tina. They're a great gift. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what other patterns we like. There's so many, so many. This one I always like too. Let's go ahead and do that. This blown up on a whole sheet. I don't know if I've done that or not. Let me look real quick. I have another little book down here. I have Zentangle everywhere, so it's kind of cuckoo for me to say, oh, I have this. I have it everywhere. But these were some other patterns that I was just trying out. And I know I've done that one big. I just don't know where I did it. Maybe I was thinking of that. And then I did this on craft paper. And I'm not sure that I love Zentangle on craft paper, to be honest. But I'll love the gold too. I'm sure I will. There, I did white on black for that. All right. Well, apparently I'm not going to be able to find it right offhand. So sucks to be me. All right. Never mind. Wonder how much more stuff I can get out here in the next 30 minutes. Let's pick an area and do it. And see, in my mind, whatever I do in this area, I also have to do in that area where the curlicues are, because that will satisfy my brain. Do a gold test? Okay, let's do a gold test. Let's get out the dark paper again. Why not? I think this is the box I got that out of. Let's see. You did a bunch of tangles on 4x4 squares of craft brown cardstock. Did them for Inktober. Okay, cool. Yep, collect them in one place. You'll probably be happier. I have them everywhere. Of course, every book you pick up around here, every book, yeah. There's art stuck everywhere. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Everything I pick up, it was like, oh, I forgot I did that. Oh, I forgot I did that. Because I just stick it in a book and or just shove it somewhere. All right, here, we'll try both of them. Why not? And I'll leave these out of the box, so they'll be my working pens. I feel like I need to shake them, but you don't need to shake them. They just come out writing like fabulous. This one's skipping. Oh, no, now the ink is flowing. Well, wait a minute. There, it's flowing. Yeah, I like these fine nibs. That is really bright ink because that's going to be the mica ink. That Panda Fly is not quite as shiny, but it certainly would work. So that's cool. But I also have that cool fine liner that Starla sent me. Did you just come in, Belinda? Yeah, these are nice. That silver, smooth as silk. Very nice. Yeah, they're juicy. Now, one of the problems I have with white pens, and I know you guys do too, I'm not the only person. After you've used them for a few weeks, they just don't write as smooth. Like their nibs dry up. I don't know. But this came out of the package writing like a pro. And it could be like in the cap, they've got like a little plastic thing that it goes into. So maybe that's what keeps it juicy. I don't know. You take notes at church, tangles and daisies on every page. That's probably what I would be doing. All right, let's draw something. What the hell? So hard to decide, I swear. I like that one a lot. Let's just pick an area. Because that, I think I'm going to repeat in there, and there. I should repeat that in there. So let's do this one down in this area. Yeah, that'll be good. And see, a lot of people think coloring is very relaxing and restful. This to me is very relaxing and restful. The repetitive movement. I especially like it when I'm listening to a podcast or a movie or something, because like your brain can just do it and not really even think about what it's doing. And that's probably when my brain is happiest, when it's not worrying about why the windows are so damn dirty. Wonder if you could run the tips across an alcohol swab to clean. You could try it. You know, I've taken a lot of pens apart and done that because I figure, well, the pen is already garbage, so it's not like I can ruin it at this point, you know? So, and that's how I figured out on those ones that I told you guys I love so much. These Artistro ones, which I still love them, but they quit drawing very quickly. But I take them apart, put them in a little container of water, soak them, and then they'll start working again, because I figure, well, they're, in my opinion, they're already garbage. So trying to clean them or get them working again can't hurt them any worse, right? I've done that with lots of pens, though. But I think pen technology has definitely improved. And I am going to attribute that to the Japanese. Like, the Japanese people make the absolute best writing everything. I don't care if it's a traveler's notebook. I don't care if it's a pen. The Japanese just really are down on that stuff. They know what they're doing, and it's awesome. That was one of the things I liked in Australia. They had Daiso shops there where there was so much Japanese products. You could get what was the other one? Muji. I loved the Muji shops. You could get the coolest pens, the coolest scissors, the coolest everything. So, yep. And we don't have those here in America, at least not where I live. I know some places have Daiso. The closest Daiso to me, I looked it up, is Dallas, Texas. But I've been in Dallas, Texas many times in my life, so there may be a day when I go back there. You never know. And I would drive out of my way to go to a Daiso again. Was it Muji? Let me look. There's no name on it. I know I bought these scissors in that store. We hung out in them a lot. I'm trying to think of the other one. Company that makes stencils. See, me too, Kat. I think she could have taken us with her. I don't think her husband would find us too objectionable. I'd pay my own way. You don't have to pay for me. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Japan. When I see pictures of Japan, it always looks so clean, well-behaved people. It's just like, oh, I could do that. I found, well, you know how Instagram just feeds you crap that you don't know that you even wanted until you see it? And these might be Chinese kids. And forgive me because I can't tell the difference, okay? Because I'm an idiot white person. But anyway, kids eating, their parents just putting the food out on a little tray for them and putting their little bib on and them eating. Of course, it's food that is unrecognizable to me. Okay, just saying. And those kids eat, one, the quantity that they give the kids, in my mind, is mind-boggling. And that these kids just eat it all up. And two of the little kids that I've seen, I don't know if you guys have seen any of these, and I don't know why Instagram thought it was something that I needed to partake in, but here we are. They're so well behaved and just sit there and eat like little piglets. So polite, but the food is just like, oh, no, you don't really eat that. But they really did eat that, like, oh God, pig's feet and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Look down here. Now, some of this, one of those, okay, go on. I don't know if I put my hand in it or what, but see how that white really did push that black back. I am highly, highly impressed. Highly impressed. Okay, I don't know. Maybe up in some of these smaller areas, because I am going to try and repeat the patterns throughout the page so it looks like, yeah, like it is more cohesive, I guess. And I don't want too much black. Let me think. This looks like a space. Thinking. That I could do a grid pattern. Yeah, oh, I forgot to do the shading on that. Yeah, the shading is what makes it look so amazing and awesome. And if it's something that you're going to handle, like this book cover, I would go ahead and spray that with a fixative, because the graphite will continue to move with your hands and stuff like that. I probably won't on this, because after I'm done with this, it'll probably just go into a book or something and never be seen again. But yeah, if you're doing something that you're going to handle, I would say go ahead and spray it with fixative, because the graphite will move. And I like those pastel pencils that Dee Dee showed this morning. And I think it's a great idea that you can use them with pan pastels and get into smaller areas. I have a set of Statler that I forget to use them. I like them. But again, I don't like the chalky feel either. Jumping ahead, but will the letters be in solid black or a pattern or a color? I'm going to do this in color. You guys can give me color suggestions, and maybe I'll do that next, so you can kind of see how the whole thing will end up coming together. And then I'll just, oops, I didn't put any graphite there. It doesn't look like. Yeah. And I might just do it with alcohol markers, because they're a lot faster. The thing I don't like about the alcohol markers, but I think it depends on the kind of paper you're using as well, is that it tends to spread a little bit. There. Pink, red, or gray? Okay, bye, Cat and Paste. Go have a great afternoon. Pink, red, and gray. I have to go. I need to finish some chores. Okay, bye, Chris. All right. Well, what I was thinking was I really like the, and I don't know why I have to do everything the same, but I like the two-tone lettering on this. I wish I had on the coffee cup done it a more contrasting color. I'm not sure why I didn't. I was on drugs or something. Bye, Joan. Let's pick two colors. Where's my little cheat sheet? Pink and red would look cool. I don't mind pink and red. That would be fine. I like that red right there. I did a pink one not very long ago. The color combination I really liked. Okay, here's the pink one I did. Of the color combinations that I've done, this may be one of my favorites. The orange and the blue, which is, I mean, not surprising because they're complementary colors, right? But this may be one of my favorite color combinations. And then there's a pink one I did with green, kind of a turquoisey green. But yeah, I don't mind. Let's pick out some pink and red and see how they measure up. Pick the red first. They got to kind of be in the same kind of scheme. All right, R105. Let's get that one out first. Hard to find in this big old Mamba Jamba pack of, and these colors, they're not even remotely close to the actual color. And then let's pick, let's do R304. All right, let's see how those two work. And I'm not going to do, well, gray might not be horrible. They do have some good grays. Maybe I'll do a blue gray. Let's do that, blue gray. All right, let's see how those work together. And I just keep, you'd think I have no paper around here. All right. Can you guys see that? Oh, no wonder they're thinking, why is my screen not showing everything? Did I roll my eyes out loud, right? Yeah, those two would work together, I think. And then let's try the blue-gray around it. All right. Bossy butt. Yeah, I'm eager to play with them a lot. You know, I bought some years ago. One of my earliest set of alcohol markers were some that I got at Hobby Lobby. Actually, I really like, this is the sheet that I use to color, you know, to catch the color. And I'm going to end up having to do something with this, whether it's cut circles out of it, I don't know. But somehow the more ink and markers that get on that, the more I like it. All right, let's, I'm going to probably use the fine tip side, which will be the top color. I think the pink will be the top color. Yeah. We'll see how bad this paper bleeds. And I just kind of eyeball. Yeah, it's going to bleed pretty bad. So I'll try and stay away from the lines. It spreads. The gray will cover it up. This is also just mindless coloring. That Kirby Roseanne book that Dee Dee was showing this morning, that is so intimidating to me. I would open up one of those pages and I probably couldn't move. I'd be like, oh my God, where do you start? What do you do? I can't do this. But again, like Dee Dee said, it's just paper. Just try it. And if it doesn't work, who cares? Tear it out, throw it away, move on. Go eat a donut. That's my answer for everything. Go eat a donut. And you may be wondering why I don't do all the tops at once and then the bottoms, because I go over so that the markers smush together. If you're wondering, well, why do you drop it and go get the other marker? That's why. It leaves less of a line where they have to mix. You can tell this is real crap paper because it's crinkling. Oops. Got a little mark there. Don't worry, it will disappear. I'll do this top line because I know this cannot be that fun to watch. And then we'll do some of the little bit of the gray so you can kind of see how the color scheme is going to work out, and then maybe call it a day. I haven't even figured out what I'm fixing us to eat tonight. And even if I wanted to go out, nothing around here is open on Monday. Nothing. Well, unless I wanted to eat gas station food. But we are definitely on resort hours now. Oops. Yeah. Almost goofed up again. The one thing is, if you let alcohol markers dry and then have to come back and join them later, they do leave a mark, and I'm not sure how to undo that. Maybe there is no way. If anybody knows, it would be Dee Dee. I don't let it worry me that much, frankly, but because, I mean, I'm not doing art to sell. I do it to fill up my time and have fun. Yeah, those colors are working really good together. Some of that gas station food is pretty good. I don't know. I don't. Hi, Jolu. I'm not sure that I would trust any of the gas station food around here. I'm just saying. Let's see how the blue-gray is going to work. I bet it looks good. And with the black and white background, I think it'll work nice. But I have to be kind of careful because I don't want it bleeding too much into the lettering. I think it'll be fun when it's done. Definitely different than anything I've been doing. And again, holidays coming. I am going to be doing Thanksgiving for the family. So next week I'll be putting together a menu and cleaning the house. Not that it needs that much cleaning, but yeah. I just do more. Well, and then the weekend after Thanksgiving, Jackie and Jimmy are coming from the Outer Banks. And they'll probably stay the weekend after. And then Robert's son, Eddie, and his wife are going to come that same weekend. So I'm going to have a house full. So yeah, I'll be cleaning and cooking. Which I love Thanksgiving. So even though if I sound like I'm whining, I'm really not. Because of all the holidays, Thanksgiving is my absolute favorite holiday. Because there's no pressure to buy gifts, or you just get together and eat and enjoy. I love it. It's like the perfect holiday to me. So I don't mind doing all the planning and work. But yeah, it'll be fun to have the kids here. And Robert must be excited because I mentioned to him that they were coming, and now every 15 minutes, now when do the kids come again? When are the kids coming again? When are the kids? And it's like, oh my God, it's like a 3-year-old. Don't tell him anything, because you'll say it 5,000 times in the next week. And my guess is, the same time the kids get here, Eddie and Kelly and Jackie, I'm sure the grandkids will come as well. So it's not all worked out yet, but it's pretty much expected. I know what it's going to be like. It's one of those things. I don't mind the work, and I don't mind spending all the money. The gray is covering up where the bleeds are pretty good, so that's awesome. It's unusual to get multiple kids here at the same time. They'll each come individually, but to get a bunch of them here at the same time is getting less and less often. And I know it's hard. People, they're still working, so getting time off at a certain time and everything is just, it's harder. So I'm glad they want to come here and hang out with us. Yeah, see, I like these real fine nibs for stuff like this, but I actually love the brush part better. But for small areas like this, these are awesome. I'd have to say, so far, Dee Dee, they're A-OK. They feel real juicy right now. Now, we'll see, and I'll always remember now when I bought them. So, yeah, we'll see if in a couple months or a few projects, if I'm going, damn, they're already drying out. But, oh, I was going to tell you about the early ones that I bought at Hobby Lobby that time. I loved them. I loved the colors. I loved everything about them. And I hadn't used them that much. And when I went to use them again, it was almost like, I don't know what material they had used to create the nibs, but it was almost like the nibs, and maybe this is why they were on sale, because I remember they were on sale. It was almost like the nibs, the material of the nibs, had started to disintegrate. And when I went to push down and color with them, the nibs just crushed. I mean, there was like no nib left. Plenty of ink and stuff still in them, but the nib was just gone. So, and I don't remember the name brand or anything. I just remember I got them on sale at Hobby Lobby. And at first I loved them. The colors were awesome. But yeah, I guess you had to use them up the first week you bought them, or they self-destructed. They were like 007 pens. Well, this will give me something to do the next few days. Finish this up. So that's what the gel pens. Yeah, the early ones, Jolu, I have to agree. See, that's what I'm wondering, Dee Dee. I was shocked when I got them out the second time. It was just like the brush nib, and they were one of the early brush nibs. They were just all hairy and crazy, and then as soon as you touched them to the paper, they were just like self-disintegrate. So that's what the lettering will look like. There we go. The colors are even fairly accurate, so that's cool. Okay, and whatever design I put in that area, I also will be putting in this area, I think. So, yep, I think it's going to look way cool, huh? Let's pick one more design. And I'm trying to kind of keep the Zentangles that I'm choosing kind of medium weight. Like if I put that one in somewhere, it's too light. I guess I could, but yeah, I don't know. Let's just pick another one real quick that we can do. Let's do that area so we can. It's so hard to decide. I like them all so much. That one I like. That's the problem with having too much of anything, you know? Decisions, decisions. All right, let's just do. I didn't really find one. I'm just going to make one up as I go along. Are you guys close enough? Can you see okay? All right, and so maybe that one. It's weird drawing them upside down. It's all right. We'll figure it out. Whew, it's really getting warm in here. Got quiet in here. I'm not going to be on that much longer. All right, let's shade this bad boy. And you can shade these 100 different ways. I usually shade anytime lines intersect is kind of how or anything I want recessed. So there's no real rules. You can just make it up as you go along. And then after you've done it for a little while, it will become very apparent to you what works well. I like having all my new stuff to play with. I hate having to take time out to eat and do adult stuff. I think it's very invasive into my awesome life here. Did I do the outside of that one? Oh, I did. Okay. I think I did. I think I got it all. Another thing I could do in those black lines that separate, I mean, I don't have to do anything. I could just leave them the way they are and that'd be fine. I could also use my dot tools and do them polka dot. Make it really cuckoo. I don't know how or why, but it always works out. Always works out good. All right, and I think let's do this one. I'll get a little ruler out because I haven't used a ruler today, and I'm pretty sure you guys are missing the ruler, aren't you? All right, but I need to do it with a pencil. So where's my pencil? This one will work. I'm going to do a grid pattern. I think in these two. And I don't care if they're actually completely straight. I should have cut those edges. I'm going to drop that down a little bit. Okay. right. So I picked all pretty darn easy ones. Anybody could draw them.
Attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
All right, idiot, I'm busy right now.
Idiot is attempting.
Spam risk.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
And these buttholes will call like 4 times. I don't know when this started happening. Robert gets spam calls all the time, but I've really not had that many. But now, all of a sudden, they've gotten my number. And I'm not loving it. Just saying. I bet the Amazon people are wondering why they're not at my house today. They've been here so frequently lately. Not my spam. No, Dee Dee, what you need to say is, I'm not the idiot. Oops, I just boogered that up. That's all right. I will probably get up tomorrow morning and finish this. Because I don't think there's really too much else going on most of the week. There never really is around here. So I should be able to get this done tomorrow. I'm pretty much caught up on everything. And I have clean windows. I'm going to go out and look at them when I'm done. Because they're so awesome. And you know what? Last week when I was thinking about I wanted the windows cleaned, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just call a window washing company. And now that I did it myself, I'm feeling so happy. So I'm really glad I didn't call and hire somebody because I thought, oh my God, it'd be so much easier. I do need to call somebody to come clean the I have a whole wall that's a window. And I mean, it takes an extension ladder to get up to that bad boy. And it's not like you look out of it, the top part of it. So I don't get it done often. And last time I had it done, they charged me $100 to come wash the window, which I didn't mind because I'm not getting up on the ladder to do it. But yeah, I'm glad I made myself. I try and block them too, Belinda, but they keep calling back. These buttholes just keep calling back. Know what I mean? They don't get the clue. I don't want to talk to you. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead right here and let's see. I have to look at the ends to see which one I want. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that down there because it's just a small area, and that's what I had already decided, that in areas that I don't really have room to do a big pattern, I would just do these circles. They're just there, not too intrusive. And I don't know if it's just my carrier, but if I get calls from block numbers, and my carrier is AT&T, but I get calls from block numbers all the time. So their blocking feature is not working. I've about had it with AT&T anyway, because they've changed their voicemail. And you have to listen to the phone number. Yeah, they use a different number to call from. I block everything that comes. Yeah, see, I tried to too, Belinda, and I'm not very successful, frankly. All right, you guys, I think I'm at a good stopping point. And I can't really tell. I don't think that's a continuation. I might go ahead and just make it a continuation, whether I like it or not. I don't know. But that and that, I will definitely do the same. Anyway. You have that trouble in the UK too, Terry? Unknown numbers calling to spam you about some damn thing? And the thing is, and I can't get this through Robert's head, is that if you answer them and try and talk to them, you know, tell them, take me off your call list or whatever, they sell your number to everybody else. So I keep telling him, do not answer, because they're going to sell your number and you're going to get more calls. And I believe that happens. Some days it's over and over. Okay, then it's the same people because mine do it. They'll just call and call and call, and it will annoy me and annoy me and annoy me. You have the Ultra 25S and the block works. Okay. I don't know. I thought the other day, I'm going into AT&T. Well, one, I'm going to bitch about I just want to go bitch at somebody, I guess. But about the changes they've made to voicemail. Voicemail has become an absolute nightmare on those kind of calls. So I will go ahead and finish this and try and get a good photograph of it. And post it on Instagram. Yeah. And I very much appreciate you guys spending your valuable time with me. Yeah, very, very appreciate it. So go out in the world and try and be kind. I do, despite what I say, I do try. I'm not always successful. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'll send you a suitable page, Terry. Huh? All right, you guys, I'll make myself a note, Terry. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go figure out what I'm going to fix for dinner and eat. And I'll see you tomorrow at Kathy Berg's and Wednesday at Dee Dee's. So go have a fun life. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.